Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another Warcraft replay here. We are back with another Netease ladder game, and that's a weird name for Moon. I'm assuming this is Moon. It says on the website, and the website generally isn't wrong. So yeah, welcome back to another game. We have Moon spawning in as the blue Night Elf player in the bottom left, and he'll be facing off against Sock, the red human player in the top right. We are still on 1.29. Netease has yet to make the change. I think they're going to do it near the end of August, maybe beginning of September, I don't know. But yeah, fun fact, Moon is 3-0 on the channel at least for my Netease ladder uploads, I guess I could call it. I was going to say collection, but I'm not sure if that's even the appropriate word. Another fun fact is that Moon and Sock was the very first Netease ladder game I watched, and yeah, I don't know if there was a best of the three. I think the second one, which was Netease number 31, I believe. I think that was probably the best one. And then, as you see on the top right, the last matchup that these guys played was in Netease 45. So yeah, Moon going for a Warden first, which is not something I've seen him do in a very long time. I have been recently doing a lot of Moon videos just because I really want to avoid the bad matchups. I've been seeing a lot of Orc related matchups, and I'm trying to avoid that, specifically Orc versus Undead. And generally enough, I think Human versus Orc maybe? I don't know, but yeah, Night Elf. No one seems to complain about Night Elf too much in terms of balancing, so we shall go ahead and see. Warden for Moon, and Sock going for his Archmage.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
The map is on Amazonia, as not too big of a map. I think it is one of the smallest, probably a little bit bigger than Echo Isles, or perhaps the same size, but regardless, not that many camps for the Warden to just AFK farm. She will have to be a little bit proactive. As you can see here, she actually just went for one camp, not even going for that quick level 2, as he is hoping to get some early experience here from the peasants, as Moon does whiff the Fan of Knives, unable to pick either of those two militia there, and she might be able to get this straggler at least. She did get experience somewhere, probably from a long distance creeping, as she is just going to go after these peasants. So far has yet to toss out another ability, as the peasants are nicely placed down to prevent any escapes, as the Warden still has an ability point, so she can blink out if she wants to. Archmage coming here with the mana pot, as he did clear out the gold mine very, very early on. Thankfully he only lost like 1 or 2 peasants during this scuffle, as the Warden might be able to pick something up here, but the main important thing is that the expansion is placed down, and the Warden is not that healthy to continue pressing on, so this expansion might be able to stick. We shall see how many archers actually move on, but so far not too pressured on attacking that expansion, and that might just be a very good start here for Sock. Level 2 for the Archmage, level 2 for the Warden. She did pick up her boot to speed, and since she has that blink, probably doesn't need the TP scroll anytime soon, so she did sell it for some quick cash, I guess. Mercenaries are going to be hired up, which they're going to try and harass this expansion as best they can, but we are having a split attack here. Not sure if those archers are going to be much of a threat, as the main human force is going to be trying to defend this expansion, which is going to finish very, very soon. And yeah, now that it's completed and with its fortified armor, I really can't imagine how a Night Elf player could actually break this without any sort of glaive throwers or any sort of just massive outnumbering here. But yeah, at least the Warden is getting up there in terms of experience, but this expansion will be able to just completely outscale a high leveled hero, but this is the Warden we are talking about. Warden with enough levels, especially level 5 and level 6 of course, could possibly turn and 1v all, I guess. Elemental probably will time out, not be able to give experience over to the Warden there, not giving that level 3, as Warden is going to block those. Oh, I said block, but apparently those women were able to slip by. Almost by Moon, almost was able to keep those footmen inside their own base, but unfortunately the Warden was just not fat enough. As Sock, is defend even going on? I don't think defend is on the way either for Sock, so these archers and berserker might be a little too oppressive to deal with, and the elemental will give that level 3 over to the Warden. Not entirely sure what her third skill point will be put into. I have seen players go all 3 abilities, but with so many juicy targets, I can't imagine Phantom Knives level 2 would be passed up for this, but that is just my opinion, as Ancient of War and the Goblin Shredder is going to be clearing out the gold camp here, hopefully trying to equalize in terms of economy, as the Warden's still in the base, is keeping that Archmage in check, and a very nice Phantom Knives, able to do a lot of damage to those units. And since of course Sock is a human player, he doesn't have that great of an access to a healing item just yet. Healing Scroll gets easily cancelled by these range units from the Night Elf, and yeah, more importantly, I don't even see an Arcane Vault placed down, so that is the flaw of how Sock is doing this right now. He places Vault at the expansion, which great judgment here from Moon, going for the main base and able to take down a couple of footmen for her troubles. She does not have enough mana for a blink, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it costs like 50 mana or something like that, and the Warden might just give herself over to an easy death. Yeah, there's no way that she can survive. The Troll Shadow Priest trying to save her, but she's just gonna go out like a champ, I guess, as the Shadow Priest might not be a wise idea to stick around, so a bit of a blunder there from Moon. Definitely not worth it, even though he did take a couple of footmen along with her. That is, number one, that is just the pressure completely lifted off of Sock's base, and 2, she has to spend resources to revive, which not too good, especially since she's gonna hit tier 2. She would Moon would definitely love to hit tier 3 and place down his double laws, but now that he revived his hero at level 3, I'm not sure how easy that is going to be, as he only places down 1 law, so essentially the Warden might have costed that second law to be placed down at a reasonable time. But either way, expansion is now entangling, and yeah, soon enough Moon will be up to par with Sock's economy, and that could be a bit of a problem. I don't know. Sock is holding a lot of gold right now, and yeah, he needs lumber quick. He does have his own shredder, so that will be fixed very soon, as Zeppelin is moving around. Has, I believe, spotted the Warden right now, who is at level 4, so Sock needs to be a little careful. It's only about 8-9 minutes in, and the Warden is already at level 4. Avatar could definitely be a problem to deal with, especially since you don't have that much, that many options to trap the Warden, the Avatar, like Orc players do with their Raiders. So we'll see. Ancient War taking a lot of damage. I guess Moon doesn't really care about his Ancient War anymore. Oh, never mind. The creep just de-aggroed, as Wizard is going to drop hopefully a good item. Sorry it's in Chinese. I actually have forgot how to change the language, but a good pickup there from Moon, able to steal the Devotion Ore from his opponent, who did take a Alchemist as his second hero, so we have been seeing this quite a bit in 1.29. Alchemist is a reasonable substitute for the Mountain King as a second. Especially with so much AoE damage coming in from the Warden,
Research
the Alchemist is not that bad of an idea. It's a lot more passive of a
Our warriors have engaged
countermeasure
the
to the Warden. Usually the Mountain King is to lock down the Warden and prevent her from doing too much, but the Alchemist himself is just there to just fix what the Warden has already broken. So yeah, different approach, but with 1.29 changes, the Alchemist has proven to be a very upstart hero. Yeah, especially considering Blizzard has recognized and they did nerf his healing spray a little bit in 1.30. We won't be able to see those changes in this game particularly. Item on the bottom right is still there, and I have no idea what it is, so we have to wait and see when it gets picked up there, as I have no idea what happened, but it seems there was so much damage being dealt that Moon lost himself 2 Moonwells in this exchange. That was definitely not good for himself. Wow, I can't believe I actually missed that, but that was really weird. Those Moonwells dropped very quickly, and I am almost certain it wasn't Sappers. So yeah, that was weird. But hopefully it will give Sok enough time to actually use his resources. Ancient of Wind is on the way, probably just to add a Fairy Dragon or 2.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
But yeah, for Sok, it's just been Sanctums. I believe Riflecasters is the comp right now. We do see some Riflemen and Spellbreakers are joining in on the mix.
Research finished.
Yeah, not too bad for Sok. I do definitely like Riflecasters a lot more versus just the Dryad's Bears. But we'll see what Moon can do, and hopefully, I guess, round out his army comp. Wow, that was very loud, actually. 2 Dryads layered up with that audio was really weird. That was the first time I actually heard something like that, but yeah. Possible attack on the expansion here, a couple of bears and archers to try and defend. But the Warden is moving out as well. She is going after this militia, as that is a lot of units for Sok. Currently 77 versus 58, so he is definitely having the numbers advantage here, taking down the Moonwells to prevent future healing, as yeah, Fairy Dragons are trying to be placed down. Phantom Knives doing a lot of damage to those units. Definitely could have 2-shotted them, but that Goblin Alchemist healing spray is going to try and fix things, and very well, in fact. Bears try and hammer it away against the, I guess, the left side of Sok's army. Alchemist just able to heal all that away. Spellbreaker is able to steal the rejuvenates from those bears, and this is not looking good for Moon. Yeah, that was rather disastrous. Towers are being placed down, and Sok is being really aggressive with this, trying to invest a lot into this attack, and Moon might struggle to actually fully defend this. Arcanes and guard towers are on the way. Yeah, just the Warden trying her best. Bears are getting pretty low. There's no space in the Warden's inventory for preservation, so these guys are just going to have to die. Alchemist taking a lot of damage. He is going to invuln up and toss out a healing spray. Not going to do too much when that invuln expires, but maybe he might be able to trade for the Warden. I don't know. Warden, oh, she is going to eat a greater healing pot, as the Avatar is now on the field, able to get that level 6 right in the nick of time, and this might be able to turn things around. There's plenty of corpses on the ground, and yeah, it seems like Sok's attack is going to be thwarted. Very nicely done from Moon. The Alchemist, I guess the Alchemist's death wasn't really that impactful since he was out of mana already, but that was a very good momentum for the Warden, able to get that chunk of experience to catapult her to that level 6, and now with the spirits on the field being immune to any kind of damage, it is kind of difficult to ignore. And yeah, Sock is going to have to retreat. Nice blink into Fan of Knives there to finish off the stragglers, able to pick up multiple units for free, and she will be able to maybe blink out if she needs to, but honestly, yeah, this is really tables have turned quite drastically, as now it is Moon on the offensive here. Not that many units in his arsenal, but with the Avatar and the Warden by themselves, it's just such a domineering army to face, as yeah, Sock is now holed up in his own base. Alchemist is now back. Thankfully he didn't level up for that increased cost, but yeah, that is rather unfortunate. So technically Avatar Vengeance will be able to be on uptime for the entire game, because I believe the duration is equal to its cooldown, unless it gets taken down obviously. But yeah, if Moon plays this smart, this Avatar is going to be such a pain to deal with, essentially acting as a second hero for Moon, who is still on 1 heroes. So yeah, apparently this 1 hero thing is going to work out. About to hit that level 7, which could give her either that level 3 blink, which would be really spammable. Actually, she can only take level 3 blink because she has yet to show herself Shadow Strike, so that blink would be very useful, because like I said, it will become a lot more spammable. And there we go, Elemental giving over that free experience. I'm surprised the Archmage still has his Elementals, considering there are plenty of Dryads available. But yeah, level 7 Warden is definitely a menace to deal with. There we go with that level 3 Fan of Knives, able to 2-shot those units, but the healing spray is going to come down and yeah, just rectify that amount of damage. Oh yikes, Riflemen, plenty of Riflemen taking quite a bit of damage. They do have a good amount of health, so they won't be able to get 2-shot by that Fan of Knives, but yeah, the Warden is... she can just chase down units by herself with that boost of speed. So let's see how this fight is going to ensue. 79 for Sock and 65 for Moon. Towers are being placed down yet again, but the Avatar is going to be placed down again, and the anti-magic potion onto the Warden to prevent any sort of slows coming in from those sorceresses, as the bears are doing their job, tanking very nicely. The Warden still has a bit of mana left, and she does have a mana pot available. Towers have been completely taken down there, and yeah, now that we don't have any sort of timer on for Moon, he can just go crazy against these units, as another Fan of Knives is going to take a good chunk of damage from those casters. Another healing spray, that is going to be the final healing spray for the Alchemist there, as the Warden hits that level 8. It's only 18 minutes in and the Warden's already at level 8. She does have access to Shadow Strike if she wants it, but Fan of Knives is just enough to do the damage. Not saying Moon is suffering any losses, but I mean, compared to Sock, who initially started this fight with about 20 to 30 supply advantage, things have just equalized. Really difficult for Sock to actually press forward here, as the Avatar is just way too much of a powerhouse to deal with. Yeah, and that is really bad for Sock. Wow, the Warden's almost at level 9 as well. This game almost felt like the experience gain was a little too heavily weighted for some reason, but wow, I haven't seen this high level of hero in such a short game at all, in fact. But yeah, Sock just needs to... I mean, I don't know what Sock can do at this point. He had a very good comp, the very solid rifle caster comp. It's just that, yeah, the Warden, too much to deal with. Honestly, if it was just spell breakers, he might have stood a chance, I guess. Trying to invalidate that Warden as much as possible, but I mean, at that point, it is kind of hard to make that commitment, I guess. I don't know, it's really weird. Maybe mass spellbreakers could have stood more of a chance instead of a more balanced comp, but I honestly don't know what I think. But yeah, surprised the warden hasn't been touched at all in any recent patches, as far as to my knowledge. But yeah, oh, trying to surround that avatar. I mean, she's gonna run out of duration at some point, so as soon as that happens, the warden's just gonna pop down another one, as yep, avatar is gonna be expiring, and the warden is just going to be blinking through with a level 9 proc there. Nicely done, able to take down those priests, and with level 3 blink, she can just get out with very minimal minimal consequences. Now that I think about it, I think blink did take a bit of a hit, so it is a lot less spammable, but I mean, it is just a little less efficient. That doesn't take away from the fact that it is absolutely crazy at level 3, so yeah. Warden is very, very difficult to deal with. She has so much health to burn through, and she is extremely slippery to actually lock down, and yeah, that's just the tragic the tragic results of not being able to finish this quickly enough, and Sok is kind of paying the price for that. Moon's still producing those dryads and bears. He is going to hit that 79 supply, so yeah, the shoe's on the other foot now. Sok, who wasn't able to clinch the game with a very dominating food advantage, is now down about 20 to 15 supply. I mean, if he can't finish the job with that many units over his opponent, I really can't imagine him holding his own when the advantage is on his opponent. Granite Golem might be able to drop that game-changing item, but it is only going to be Django of Endurance, not the item that he needed to turn things around. No TV scrolls available, and this is going to be the last stand here, as a Shadow Strike into a possible Fan of Knives might be able to finish the job. And yeah, Healing Spray, just not enough to deal with the DPS from the Warden, and that is going to be a level 10 Warden in a 22-minute game, and that was I honestly feel bad for casting these games, because yeah, the scoreboard will say the next time Moon and Sok plays, when I cast it, it will say 4-0. I really do feel bad. Nothing really Sok could have done, maybe change to a more robust army comp to deal with the Warden, but honestly, it was during the game. It's very hard to make that adaptation. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys again whenever.